Hey everybody, Chris here from the Proto team, and remember last week when I was posting updates from the annual University Rover Challenge in the Utah desert? Hey everybody, Chris from Team Proto here, back with another video update, and I told you that I'd be back for video 3 the next day. Well, here I am a week later, begging for your forgiveness, but here to let you know how the rest of the competition went. So let's dive in. So we love to talk about our amazing customers from all around the world who depend on Proto to manufacture their custom sheet metal enclosures, parts, and CNC machine components so they can meet their critical deadlines. However, one thing that we don't touch on enough is the support that we provide to university students when it comes to their projects, and how we get them ready for the real world, understanding 3D mechanical design with sheet metal and machining manufacturability. Let me give you a brief rundown of how this competition works and how we support it. Teams of university students from all around the world design and build the next generation of Mars rovers that will one day work alongside astronauts exploring the Red Planet. For 2023, 104 teams from 15 countries began the year designing Mars rovers for the annual competition. In March of this year, the top 37 teams were invited to compete in the Utah desert at the Mars Desert Research Station in Utah. Teams and their rovers compete in 4 separate missions: science, extreme delivery, equipment servicing, and autonomous navigation. Mission scores are combined with scores from an earlier design review for the final standings to find out who will be crowned champion. This year marked our 8th year sponsoring the Mars Society University Rover Challenge, and we provide each team a $2,000 USD credit with a 50% discount after that amount so that they can utilize our rapid turnaround sheet metal and machining services. More importantly, give the students the experience working with the professional manufacturing team who will educate them on mechanical design for manufacturability. The best part with offering this service is hearing from the teams how easy we actually make it for them to get parts made for their rover, very quickly and very efficiently. This year was an interesting one. It was filled with logistical issues, tons of wind, and for the first time in a long time, tons of rain. P.S. I'm going to blame Mother Nature as to why you didn't hear back from us until now. However, that did not stop the students from wowing us with their dedication and passion to show off their 12 months of hard work. I'm going to skip ahead to the end of the competition updates, so if you haven't checked out our first 2 updates from the field, we're going to provide those links to those videos below. At the event, as you saw from our previous videos, we had a hub tent that consists of a scoreboard and a tool chest for students to stop by. Now, after hearing so many conversations with the students, it was clear that this year, one task, the extreme delivery task, was proven to be a massive undertaking. Student teams knew that to win this competition, they had to do well on this task. In the end, only 3 teams in total completed the first stage of this particular event. The initial goal of Stage 1 for this task was teams had to search an area for a rock of significant interest to the mission, and if you locate it, deliver it to an astronaut. As teams began the task by leaving the station, along the way they could investigate the possibility that a crew from a previous mission had placed a cache with information about the location of the significant rock they need to retrieve. Or they can simply just go directly to search for the rock in the grid surrounding the geographical formation that has been identified as a site of interest. Now, in the end, for some teams, it really did depend on how well they did on this particular task, but for others, they placed higher on the podium because of their scores with each of the other tasks. Either way, it was incredible to see how the teams made the decision on how to tackle this mission and gather as many points as possible, but in the end, there can only be one winner.
All right, and a new name onto the plaque for this year with 425 points.
How much?
Team Mountaineers from We got everybody?
So by this time, as much as I was excited for the teams who placed on the podium to take home the trophies and the immense amount of pride, I was also super excited to see our own Cody Shigetto, who I know most of you know from these tech tips, hand over the Stanley Cup of engineering trophies to the winning team, a design that he worked on so tirelessly. This thing was legitimately a mini replica of the Mars Desert Research Station. So cool. Now, for every team who made it to the competition, you should be proud that you made it as far as you did. You amazed so many important individuals at this year's event, from judges, who some worked at NASA, to all the organizers and the sponsors, including us, so that's something you should be very proud of. So I want to give a shout out to Kevin Sloan and his team for being so accommodating to our group year after year. Protocase has a few tricks up their sleeve for next year's competition, and we look forward to working with all the teams on their designs for URC 2024. With that being said, sorry it was a week late, but that's the URC 2023 wrap up. We'll catch you next time.